Welcome back to Tuchopini. Question 6 covers electrolysis, how the conditions change the products, a Faraday calculation to find an atomic mass, an electrochemical cell with a salt bridge, and finally, corrosion. Let's work it through. The trick here is that the electrode material decides the products. First, to get oxygen and copper, we use inert electrodes, carbon, graphite, or platinum. Being inert, they don't react, so at the anode, water is oxidized to oxygen, while copper deposits at the cathode. Second, to get copper only, with no oxygen, we use active copper electrodes. Now the copper anode itself dissolves instead of releasing oxygen, and copper is deposited at the cathode. Copper in, copper out. First, the half equation. Each A3+ ion must gain 3 electrons to become a neutral atom of A. So A3+ plus 3 electrons gives A. That 3 is crucial. It means 3 moles of electrons per mole of A. Now the atomic mass. Step 1. The charge passed. Q equals I times T. The current is 15 amps and the time is 2 hours, which is 2 times 60 times 60 seconds. That gives 108,000 coulombs. Step 2. From the half equation, depositing 1 mole of A needs 3 moles of electrons, which is 3 Faradays. 3 times 96,500, or 289,500 coulombs. Step 3. Connect them. Our 108,000 coulombs deposited 19.4 grams of A. So the mass deposited by the full 289,500 coulombs, that's 1 whole mole, is 19.4 divided by 108,000 times 289,500, and that comes to 52. Since that's the mass of 1 mole, the relative atomic mass of A is 52. Part 1. In the cell diagram, the double line stands for the salt bridge, the link that completes the circuit by letting ions flow between the 2 half cells. Part 2. The overall equation. Nickel is the more reactive metal, so it gives up electrons and dissolves as nickel 2+. Each nickel loses 2 electrons, and each silver ion only needs 1, so we need 2 silvers. Nickel plus 2 silver ions gives nickel 2+ plus 2 silver. The 2 electrons balance. Part 3. Find the standard electrode potential of the nickel half cell.
The cell EMF equals the E of the electrode being reduced, silver, minus the E of the one being oxidized, nickel.
Substitute what we know. The cell is plus 1.05, and silver is plus 0.80. So, 1.05 equals 0.80 minus E of nickel. We arrange for E of nickel. It's 0.80 minus 1.05, and that gives minus 0.25 volts. The negative sign makes sense. Nickel is more easily oxidized than silver. Part 4. How EMF predicts feasibility. The rule is simple. If the overall cell EMF works out positive, the reaction is feasible. It will happen. If it comes out negative, the reaction is not feasible. Finally, corrosion. Both metals form an oxide, but the results are opposite. Aluminium forms a thin, non-porous oxide layer that clings tightly to the surface. It seals the metal underneath, so corrosion stops. It's protective. Iron is different. Its oxide, rust, is porous and flaky. It doesn't stick. It peels away, exposing fresh iron underneath, which rusts in turn. So the corrosion keeps eating into the metal. It's destructive. That's question 6 complete, all 11 marks. We chose electrodes, used Faraday's law to find an atomic mass, read a cell diagram, and explained corrosion. Well done. Subscribe to Tuchopini, and I'll see you in the next question.